Good morning, students. We are discussing geometrical properties of sections. There are mainly two geometrical properties are there. Those are center of gravity and moment of inertia. And in this session, we are discussing the about moment of inertia. And in previous video sessions, we learned what is moment of inertia, how can find the moment of inertia for standard sections, and we derived the expressions for moment of inertia of a rectangle section, circular section, and triangular section, and we solved some related problems also. And in this session, we will find the moment of inertia of a composite sections. So composite, what is composite section is nothing but it is a combination of more than two standard sections. So it may consisting of more than two standard section. That is, it is a combination of rectangle, triangle, rectangle, circle, rectangle, and square, and like this combination of all standard sections. The standard sections are rectangle, triangle, circle, and semicircle, quadrant. And for finding the moment of inertia of standard composite sections, we have to follow some points. Those steps are: the method for finding moment of inertia of a composite section with components having centroidal axis differ from that of the entire section is outlined below. So first step is first you have to divide the composite section into individual parts, that is component parts, which are simple areas, which are standard areas. That is, we have to divide the given composite sections into standard rectangle or standard triangle, standard circle, semicircle, and quadrant, like this. And next, after that, second point is locate the centroid of the composite section. We know what is centroid and how you can find the centroid of the composite section. Okay, for calculating the centroid of the composite section, we already discussed in previous video sessions. We just go through that previous video for calculating the centroid of the composite section. That is the second point. So in second point, we have to find the centroid for the composite section. And next point is determine the distances, that is h1, h2, and so on, from the centroid of the composite section to the centroid of each part. Okay. For example, if composite section is a T section, and let us x bar, y bar is the centroid of the composite section, and x1, y1, x2, y2 are the centroids of the individual parts of the T section. That is, if T section can be divided into rectangle 1 and rectangle 2, and this h1 equal to, it is a difference of the x bar and x1, and h2 equal to, it is a difference of the that is a hx1, hy1 is equal to the difference of the y bar and y1. Like this, have to find the h1, h2 values for the given composite section from each and every part of the composite section. Next step is compute. We have to calculate the moment of inertia of each part about its centroidal sections. That is IG1 and IG2 and so on. That is where IG1 and IG2 are the moment of inertia of the individual parts of the composite section about its centroidal axis. That is about the axis which are passing through its centroid. Next point is calculate the values of A1 H1 square and A2 H2 square and so on. So A1, A2 are the areas of the individual parts, and H1, H2 are the distances. difference between centroid of the composite section to the individual centroidal distance. Next, after that, next step is last final step. We can find the moment of inertia of the given section, that is composite section, from this formula. Ixx is equal to Ixx1 plus Ixx2 plus and so on, where Ixx is the moment of inertia of the composite section, and Ixx1 and Ixx2 is the moment of inertia of the individual components, where Ixx1 equal to Ig1 plus A1 H1 Hx1 square, and Ix2 is equal to Ig2 plus A2 Hy2 square, and so on. Similarly, Iyy, that is moment of inertia of the composite section, Iyy is equal to Iyy1 Iyy1 plus Iyy2 plus and so on, where Iyy1 equal to Ig1 plus A1 Hx1 square plus Ig2 plus Hx2 square. So we have to just by following all 6 steps one by one, we will find the moment of inertia of the given composite section about its centroidal axis. So just we will repeat that. So here totally 6 points there. First, for finding the moment of inertia of the composite section, first you have to divide the composite section into simple standard sections. Divide into 2 parts or 3 parts, whatever, depending upon the shape of the composite section. Next, you have to find the find the centroid of the composite section. You have to locate the centroid of the composite section. Next, you have to determine the distances h1, h2, and so on from the centroid of the composite section to the centroid of each part. Okay, next, compute. Have to calculate the moment of inertia of the each part about its centroidal axis. That is Ig1, Ig2, Ig3, and so on. Next, you have to calculate the value A1 H1 square, A2 H2 square, and so on, where A1, A2 are the areas of the individual parts. Next and final step is the formula. That is, you can find the moment of inertia of the composite section. That is Ixx is equal to Ixx1 plus Ixx2 plus and so on, where Ixx1 is equal to Ig1 plus A1 Hy1 square plus Ig2 plus A2 Hy2 square, and so on. Similarly, Iyy is equal to Iyy1 plus Iyy2 plus and so on. Where Iyy1 equal to Ig1 plus A1 Hx1 square plus Ig2 plus Hx2 square, and so on. So these are these 6 steps. By following these 6 steps one by one, we will find the moment of inertia of the composite section. Okay, now we will solve some problems. So we'll solve the standard sections. So find the moment of inertia of the section shown in figure about its centroidal axis passing to the base. Only about its centroidal axis passing to the base. And all dimensions are in mm. Okay, so this is the problem, and the dimension, all values are in terms of mm, and it says dimensions are given, and its horizontal wedge is 120, length cross 20 mm, and horizontal upper wedge is 90 cross 10, and its vertical height is 120 cross 10. Okay, and it is not symmetrical about, and we have to find only the moment of inertia of the centroidal axis parallel to the base. Okay, parallel to the base of the given composite section. So let y bar be the position of the centroid from the base. Only we have to find I Okay, so draw the figure and see here. I had to first step. What is our first step in calculating the moment of inertia of the composite section? First, we have to divide the given component into standard section. Here we can divide this component into 3 rectangles, 2 horizontal rectangles and one vertical rectangle. Okay, and we have to find the position of the centroid of the composite section. That is y bar. So here give the horizontal lower horizontal rectangle as number 1, part 1, and this vertical rectangle as part 2, and this upper rectangle as part 3. Okay, and we have to find the centroid, that is y bar. Okay, component of y bar of the centroid of the composite section. And what is the formula for that? Okay, y bar is equal to a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 by a1 plus a2 plus a3. So what is a1 here? Area of part 1, part a1 equal to, it is 120 cross 20, that is 2400, and y1, it is the distance that is for rectangle, half of its depth, that is half of 20, that is 10. So 120 into 20 into 10 plus second part is, see, dimension of the second part is 90 is the depth, and 10 is the its width. So y2 equal to so half, y2 is equal to half of 90 plus 20. So 20 plus half of 90 is, that is 45 plus 20, 65. And the area of that part 2 is 90 into 10, that is 900 into 65 plus part 3. So, and part 3, that is y3. Y3 lies at a distance of from base of the composite section. We have to add at a distance of 20 plus 90 plus half of 10, that is 5. Okay, 95, 105, 115. So, and area is 90 cross 10, that is 900. 900 into 115 by 2400 plus 900 plus 900. So after simplifying, we'll get y bar is equal to 44.28 mm. Okay, here. So this is y bar, that is a component centroid of the composite section, lies at a distance of 44.28 from its base. Okay, next, after that we have to find h1, h2, h3. So where h1 is equal to y bar minus y1, h2 is equal to y bar minus y2, that is difference between y bar and y2, and h3 equal to difference between y bar and y3. So here find h1, h2, h3, that is h1 equal to it is the distance between the centroid of the composite section to centroid of the part 1. That is difference between 44.28 minus 10, you will get 34.28 mm. This is h1. Next to h2, it is the distance between centroid of the composite section to centroid of the part 2. That is h2 equal to y bar y2 minus y bar, that is 65 minus 44.28, you will get 20.72. And h3 is equal to y3 minus y bar, that is 115 minus 44.28, you will get 70.72 mm. So after calculating h1, h2, h3, next you can find the moment of inertia of the composite section, that is moment of inertia of the individual section about its centroidal axis. Okay, so final formula Ixx is equal to Ixx. So this is the formula, final formula. Ixx is equal to Ixx1 plus Ixx2 plus Ixx3. That is here Ixx, it is the moment of inertia of the composite section about its centroidal axis. It must be equal to sum of the moment of inertia of the individual part about its centroidal axis, where Ixx1, it is the moment of inertia of the rectangle one about its centroidal axis. So how we can find the moment of inertia of the rectangle part one about its centroidal axis? Ixx1 is equal to about its base. Ixx1 is equal to Ig1 plus A1 H1 square. Ig1 plus A1 H1 square. Ig1, it is the moment of inertia of the part rectangle one about its centroidal axis. That is B1 D1 cube by 12 by plus A1 H1 square. So that is 120 into 20 cube by 12 plus 2400 into H1 value is 34.28 whole square. So simplify, we'll get Ixx1 is equal to, so 29,00284.2 m/4. Similarly, we have to find the moment of inertia of the rectangle 2 about its centroidal axis. Moment about its Ixx2 equal to Ixx2 is equal to Ig2 plus A2 H2 square. Okay, about centroidal axis of the composite section, that is B2 D2 cube by 12 plus A2 H2 square. So that is 10 into 90 cube by 12 plus area of second part is 900 into 20.72 whole square. We will get Ixx2 as 993,886.56. Similarly, Ixx3, it is Ixx3 is equal to Ig3 plus A3 H3 square. That is B3 D3 cube by 12 plus 900 into 70.72 whole square. We will get Ixx3 as 4508686.6. So final, after finding the moment of inertia of the individual part about it, the centroid axis of the composite section. Finally, next we will find the moment of inertia of the composite section about its base Ixx equal to Ixx1 plus Ixx2 plus Ixx3. Just substitute the three values and add, we will get moment of inertia of the composite section about its base. Next, find the moment of inertia about YY axis of the Z section as shown in figure. Where YY axis is the centroidal axis, vertical centroidal axis. So we have to find the X bar. So here, same, just by following 6 steps one by one, you can find the moment of inertia of the given composite section easily. It's not very difficult. You have to follow step by steps. Then only will solve problem easily. So first step is, first you have to split the given section into standard sections. So here given composite section is Z section, so we can split this into 3 rectangles. Okay, so here splitting is, you can like this here. Okay, along horizontal one, lower horizontal, upper horizontal, along this line, along this dashes line we can split, and this is vertical second part, and the first part is lower horizontal, second part is vertical, and third part is upper horizontal. So I have to find the X bar, that is centroid of the composite section. from y-axis. So for that we have to what is the formula? X bar is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 by a1 plus a2 plus a3. So first one have to find areas. Area of rectangle 1, that is it's 120. So it's a total uniform thickness. So what about the thickness? 10 mm. So it's a thickness of the Z section is 10, 120, 40. Okay. So A1 is equal to so 120 into 10. That is 1200. And x1 is equal to from its extreme left edge. Okay. And see here, this rectangle. Length of this rectangle is 120. Na? Half of 120 plus 30. 60 plus 30 will get 90. Okay. So here, see here. Okay, from its extreme left edge. Okay, we'll get this is x1. X1 is equal to from this point to this center. That is 120 by 2 plus 40 minus 10. That is we'll get 90. Next, A2 vertical rectangle. What about this? It's a thickness is 10 only, and its dimension is total. It's 80. 80 minus 10 will get 70. 70 into 10. 70 into 10 is the area of the second rectangle, and x2 equal to, so up to it's a 30. 30 plus half of 10, that is 35. Okay, x2 is 35. Next, third part, area equal to 40 into 10, that is 40 into 10, 400. x3 is equal to directly its base and its extreme left edge of the composite section is both are same, though, that is half of 40, you get 20. So after finding a1, a2, a3, x1, x2, x3, substitute all these values in x bar. That is x bar is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 by a1 plus a2 plus a3. That is 1200 into 90 plus 700 into 35 plus 400 into 20 by 1200 plus 700 plus 400. We'll get x bar, that is 61.1 mm. So the centroid, position of the centroid of the composite section from its extreme left edge lies at a distance of 61.1 mm. So draw this, that is y bar, draw this y bar. Okay. So here like this, just draw at a distance of 61.1 from its extreme left edge, figure y bar, y. Okay, next formula, that is moment of inertia of the Z section about its y. So that is final formula equal to I y is equal to I y1 plus I y2 plus I y3. So I next and individually when I y1 is equal to I g1 plus a1 x1 square. Next I y2 is equal to I g2 plus a2 2 square. h1 square h2 square. And I y3 is equal to I 8 see here I g2 plus a3 h3 square. Okay, so we have to find hx1 square, hx2 square, hx3. So hx1 equal to difference between x and x1. So here 90 minus 61.6. So we will get hx1 as 28.9 and hx2 is equal to difference between x and x2, that is 61.1 minus 35. So we will get 26.1 and hx3 equal to x bar minus x3, that is 61.1 minus 20. You will get 41.1 mm. So I1 is equal to IG1. I1 is equal to dB cube by 12 plus A2 Hx1 square. So substitute value D is for D. So for rectangle 1, that is 10, 120 cube by 12 plus area is that is 1200 into Hx1 square. Okay, 28.9 whole square. Next for part B. Okay, D2 B2 cube by 12 plus A2 Hx2 square. That is 70 into 10 cube by 12 plus 700 into 28.1 whole square plus IG3. That is B3 DB3 DB3 square cube by 12. That is 10 into 40 cube by 12 plus A3 400 into Hx3 square. So simplify this, we'll get Ixx. That is moment of inertia of the composite section about its xx, and about its y-axis. That is I-axis. Next, determine the moment of inertia of the channel about centroidal axis. The dimensions are indicated in millimeters. So, see here, this is C section. Okay. Here, by two ways we can find the moment of inertia of this C section. One is general method. I already explained in previous two problems we solved that. Ixx and Iy we have to find. And in alternative method, that is general method is first you have to find the centroid, that is x bar and y bar. Next, I have to substitute Ixx and Iyy. By using the formula Ixx and Iyy, we can find the moment of inertia about x and about y-axis. And another second alternative method is if you can so if see here, if you can draw this, it will look like a outer halo rectangle. So so if we can divide this into two parts, that is one is larger rectangle and second one is a smaller rectangle. And if you can remove the larger one, smaller one from the larger one, we will get the our required channel section. So here just by standard formula, by using the standard formula for halo section, we will find the moment of inertia of this section. Okay, and the formula is, so consider, see here, considering channel section as the difference between the rectangle, that is larger rectangle of base 50 and height 100 mm, and next, find the moment of inertia of the area, shaded area shown in figure about the axis AB. Okay, all dimensions are in mm. So here, the composite section, it consisting of one rectangle and one hole is there, that is a semicircular hole is there. So when we can remove this semicircular hole from rectangular triangle, we will get the shaded area. So here also just by standard formula, by substituting the values in standard formula, we will find the moment of inertia of the shaded area about its base, that is AB. So here ABC is the triangle and this semicircle. What about the dimensions? Triangle base is 80 and height also 80, and semicircle dimension is diameter is 40, its radius is 20. And And we know the standard formula for moment of inertia of the triangle and moment of inertia of the semicircle. So the moment of inertia of shaded area about AB, AB is equal to IAB is equal to moment of inertia of the triangle about AB minus moment of inertia of the semicircle about its diametrical line AB. Okay, so for finding the moment of inertia of the shaded area, so we have to subtract the moment of inertia of the triangle by including that semicircle, minus you have to subtract that semicircle moment of inertia of that semicircle. So this is the formula. And what is the general formula for moment of inertia of the triangle about its base? The moment of inertia of the triangle about base, that is AB means its base, that is I AB1 is equal to BH cube by 12. So B, its base is 80 and height also 80. So 80 into 80 cube by 12 we will get, so calculate that value. Next, moment of inertia of the semicircle about its diametrical line AB, that is IAB2 is equal to pi d power 4 by 128. So calculate that value. So next, moment of inertia of the shaded area equal to IAB is equal to IAB1 minus IAB. So substitute the calculated values in this equation and calculate the IAB. Okay, next. So here find the moment of inertia of the shaded area shown in figure about the edge. All dimensions are in mm. So here also it is quite, it's a so shaded area is so it's total it's look like one rectangle and one semicircle. So shaded area equal to rectangular area. We have to subtract the area of the semicircle from rectangle. So moment of inertia of the shaded area about AB, that is about its base. So our dimensions of the rectangle is 200 into 250 and diameter of the semicircle is 100. Sorry, radius of the semicircle is 100. Okay. Moment of inertia of the shaded area equal to IAB is equal to moment of inertia of the rectangle about AB. Okay, about AB minus moment of inertia semicircle about AB. Okay. That is first moment of inertia of the rectangle IAB1 is equal to it's about its base means BD cube by 12. That is B 200 into 250 cube by 3. BD cube by 3. That is we'll get some calculation 1.04 into 10 power 9. Next, semicircle. So moment of inertia of the semicircle about AB equal to IAB2 is equal to IG1 plus A1 HY1 square. That is where IG1 is the moment of inertia of the semicircle about its centroid. That is formula is 0.11 r power 4. Okay, that is 0.11 into 100 power 4. We will get 11 into 10 power 4 mm power 4. And area of that semicircle is pi r square by 2. So I1 is equal to distance of centroid of semicircle from AB. Okay, so that is total 250. 250 minus centroid of the semicircle lies at a distance of 4r by 3 pi from its diametrical line. That is when we can subtract 250 minus 4r by 3 pi, we will get HY1. So IAB2 is equal to so substitute the total values in IAB2. That's IG1 value and A1 H1 square. Substitute and we'll calculate that value. Next, finally, moment of inertia at the shaded area IAB is equal to, I have to subtract the moment of inertia of the rectangle about its base minus moment of inertia of the semicircle about its about AB. Okay, we'll get moment of inertia of the shaded area. So up to, okay, we'll solve total 4 or 5 problems. Okay, we'll stop here. Okay, in this session we'll learn how to calculate, how to determine the moment of inertia of the composite section. So yeah. So from this session we'll get essay problems. It's very simple. Just can practice the moment of inertia of the standard section, that is I section, C section, L section, T section, about its centroidal axis. So just by 6 points, by following 6 steps, you can find the moment of inertia of the composite section. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you.